We're going to be talking about two different things, all right? Two reasons why people do not purchase life insurance. That's right. What are the two reasons why a lot of people don't purchase life insurance? Let's figure it out. Let's get down to it. So you know how everything that's important to you, if you can, if it's in your means and your ability, you're going to make sure it's right, that it's done because it's important to you, right? You prioritize it. Well, a lot of people don't prioritize it. People seem to prioritize what? Oh, I've got bills coming up, or I've got to pay this, or I'm not really sure that has happened, or that's not important. I don't need to do that. I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do, whatever it may be. Everything from a bill, vacation, debt, students, loans, I don't know. They just don't prioritize it like anything else, right? So I just want to say, guys, that you need to prioritize it. So that's what we're going to talk about right now, okay? So when you get something you like, when you buy a new cell phone, you prioritize it. You might want to get the protection plan on it, right? You buy a new TV, when that was big, when people were buying all the big, flat screen TVs. Right now, everybody pretty much has more than enough, right? But if you probably bought, especially when it was really hot and it was just starting out, you probably bought the service plan on it, right? You go to Best Buy, you go to some electronics store, depending upon where you live. If it's a big purchase, you're probably going to buy the service plan on it. You buy a laptop, right? iMac, MacBook, HP, right? It doesn't matter. You want to protect it. So you're probably going to get what? A service plan on it. That's the thing. You buy protection on everything else, but you won't buy it on yourself. That's it. Protection on everything else, but not on yourself. Now you're probably thinking, well, what kind of protection is that? Because if you're gone, what are you going to do? Well, again, as I said before in one of the other videos, there are plans that have living benefits. So if you are alive, you need that protection. You need to have that money to help you to pay for those things. Because some things can be long-term. It's not necessarily short-term care that you might need. You might need long-term care. Long-term care costs, right? And it can take its time, just as it says, long-term care. You could be in there for I don't know how long. So what's going to happen then, right? Yeah, you can take money out, that you have saved or you have wherever. But the thing is, if you're going to buy a policy, you might as well let it include that too. Don't just pay for it to do something when you're not here. Pay for it so they can do things when you're alive if you need it, right? So that's one of the things. Let's start prioritizing that, people. Let's start making sure that we prioritize and getting something. Like I tell my clients when I'm talking to them on the phone, I don't pressure them like I kind of said before, because I'm able to compare different life insurance companies and so forth and things like that. I tell them, look, because I'm a broker, I don't need to push one product over the other. My thing is whatever is best for you based on what we've already discussed, what we've already talked about. I tell them this: something is better than nothing. And I would say that again, something is better than nothing. So you have got to prioritize it. Even if you start small, even if you start whatever it may be, something is better than nothing. Okay. So when you prioritize, it doesn't mean you have to jump to the biggest policy or the biggest premium or the biggest coverage there is. You start with where you can handle it. Something that you can do on a good day or a bad month, whatever it may be. You want to be able to do that, right? So go ahead and prioritize it. Let's start doing that, okay? So while you're prioritizing that, you go ahead and do it. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get my cup of coffee. I've been right here. I'm going to grab it, and then we'll get into number 2, okay? But let's remember, let's prioritize, okay? Let's do that. Let's do that. Prioritize it. Put it up there with everything else, Put it up there with everything else. If you give tithe to the church, you get an offering to the church. You put service plan on your phone, on your laptops, on your TVs. You get a warranty, or you may get a service, something like that, an extra package service on your car when you purchase one, right? On your vehicle, right? You do it for your home. Let's think about these things. Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. Right? So let's prioritize that. And while you're doing that, go ahead and click the button. Make sure you hit the notification bell as well so that you can get these updates. And I'll be right back. Hi, Coffee with Coletta. That's right. Grab your coffee, hot chocolate, tea, whatever it may be. That is right. But before you do, I just want to stop and say, guess what? If you do not have a plan right now that you can call your own, you're in the right place. Okay? All you have to do is just log on to plansovercoffee.com. That's right. Just log on to plansovercoffee.com. It'll tell you a little bit about me and how I can help you and the type of plans that I specialize in. Now, of course, if you're watching my videos, you already know that. And you may already have a plan too if you're watching my videos, right? So if you're looking for something that's going to fit your needs and also fit your budget, did you even know that there are plans that have living benefits? There are a lot of plans out there that you can get based on your needs and your budget. So don't let that stop you, okay? If you've been denied, don't let it stop you if, it seemed expensive, because I'm able to compare those rates for you with different carriers. That's right. I can compare rates for different carriers. But the way that we do that is based on your analysis, we can see which carriers would be best for you. Go ahead and click on plansovercoffee.com, and I look forward to helping you as well. In the meantime, grab your coffee, hot chocolate, tea, whatever it may be, but let's go ahead and go to plansovercoffee.com. All right, you guys see that? Coffee, hot chocolate, tea, whatever it may be. Right now, I do have some coffee here, but it's the iced coffee. I like the pre-made iced coffee, right? There you go. So, as we were talking about, right, prioritizing, now we're going to get into part 2. Part 2, why people don't buy it. You think you can't afford it. You think it's too expensive. That's why. I don't want to deal with it. It's too expensive. I don't have time for all that. It's just a waste, this and that, da 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 da. That's why people don't get it, because you think that it's going to cost too much money, right? You think it's going to cost too much money. That's it. You think it's too expensive, right? I know you guys think it's too expensive. But that probably is because, again, you think it's too expensive because either you've heard that and that's just what stuck with you, and you just think that from here on out you don't even bother looking into it. Or if you have looked into it, what happens is you either didn't have life insurance at a younger age and now you're trying to jump and get it, or you did have it at a younger age and somebody else was paying for it, you didn't pay for it, or what you knew how much it cost, or what you were paying is a lot less than what it is now that you're trying to all of a sudden go back and get it. When you have all these ailments and different health issues and things like that, and you're a lot older, you're still trying to get, you are, I don't know, whatever age, I'm just saying something, 62, 75, 53, and you're trying to get the same premium as when you were 22, right? Or 25. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Now, there are people that are in really excellent health. They do get really good rates, so you think you can't afford it. One thing, speaking of that, is it goes back to getting a broker that's going to be able to look at these different companies, that will compare the rates for the companies, for the conditions, the pre-existing conditions that you have that will most likely approve you, and seeing what those options are. Now, a lot of times too, you may want a higher coverage for a little bit of money. And again, you have all these things going on and you're old and you think it's going to happen. It's not going to happen. Okay. However, semicolon. If you are in really good health, you can. If you're younger, you can. If you have the right broker, for example, I'm going to tell you guys this, one of the things I do. And it's on my website too, right? If you go to plansovercoffee.com, you're going to see it there, asking for the, the smoker rate. If I haven't changed it yet, I'm not sure. I'll probably stick it down. But, there's a rate for people that, it changes depending upon the company. But if you're a smoker, Okay, nicotine smoker. There's a rate for that, and then there's a rate for non-smokers. Here's the thing now, right? There's a company out there, maybe a couple, that will give you a non-smoker rate. I'm going to say it again. I'm able to help smokers to get a non-smoker rate. Yeah, I can. But you have to make a commitment on your end, which is, and how that works, if you're willing to quit smoking, there's a program out there that there's a carrier with a program that if you're willing to quit smoking, they do a lot of things. They will give you a non-smoker rate. Some of them will send you out like a smartwatch that you can wear. They will reward you with things like that. And they'll go ahead and give you that rate. And if by the time at a certain point, if you have, like, they'll have to test you or whatnot at some point, some kind of way, however they do it. But if they find out that you actually quit, you get to keep that rate. If they find out that you couldn't make it, you just couldn't do it. You tried it. Well, either you have two choices. You can either go back to, you would go to the smoker rate for that particular amount of coverage, or you can keep the rate that you had for being like the non-smoker one, but we would just lower the coverage that you have. So when I tell you, there's a lot of different ways I can help you, and a lot of people don't get it because they think it's expensive. That's because they're not talking to the right people. Okay? They're not talking to the right people. So, yeah, you may think it's expensive because that's what you heard. You may think it's expensive because you have issues. You're expecting a 20-something-year-old rate at whatever age you are now, way older with all the ailments going on. Or you may be a smoker and someone rated you the smoker rate because they don't know how or where to find you the non-smoker rate. But I do. Okay? Or it could be, what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. It could be, if you're a healthy person and you don't know why the stuff is so high, you're like, no, I'm young. I'm healthy. Okay? I don't smoke. I don't do this. But they gave me a policy that was, you know why? Because they quoted you from a plan that you don't need. They probably quoted you on a plan that's made for somebody that has a whole lot of health issues. A whole lot of health issues. A lot of it on TV, guaranteed. Guaranteed sounds good. But let me tell you, I'm going to give you this. If you are healthy and don't pretty much have a lot of major things going, you don't need a guaranteed plan. Why are you on a guaranteed policy? So you want to look into that. Check your policies, check your premiums. If you don't guarantee this, you need to give me a call. 877-804-6294 or go to plansovercoffee.com. Okay? So I'm just going to leave that right there. That's why people don't buy it. That's why they're not buying it. You don't prioritize it. You've been hearing it for the longest. You think it's all the same. You haven't even thought about reaching out to someone about it. You're young and you're healthy, or you're a little older but you're healthy and you're talking to the wrong person. Okay? That's the problem. They don't know where to find you the non-smoker rates. No. So you need a broker that's going to be able to do that. Plansovercoffee.com. Plansovercoffee.com. All right, guys, if you have not subscribed, please make sure that you subscribe and tell your family, followers, and your friends that they too get a plan that they can call their own. In the meantime, this has been your caffeine dose of life insurance. I am Coletta with Coffee with Coletta. Grab your coffee, hot chocolate, tea, whatever it may be. And remember, plansovercoffee.com. That's right, plansovercoffee.com. Make sure that you go there, get a rate that you like, that meets your needs, your budget. It's your plan. Get a customized plan today. That's right. Get a customized plan today. Until then, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I will talk to you soon. Bye.